So this week's unit is on cooking, and normally I would bring stuff in for you to see, but since we're not together, I'm going to have to do this from my own kitchen. I have several things I want to show you. This is vocabulary time. So the first things that I want to show you are measuring things. This is a little silly, but in America, we don't use regular weight like you would use with a kitchen scale. Instead, we use volume, which are cups, and these are beautiful cups. I have a whole bunch of cups. Normally they come in 4s, but this one is pretty special. Comes in 6s. Starts out with 1 cup, and then we have 3/4 of a cup. This is great for math. Then half a cup, 1/3 of a cup, 1/4 of a cup, and 1/8 of a cup. 1/8 of a cup looks like this. And it is actually 2 tablespoons. So these are called measuring cups, and these are called measuring spoons. This is also a measuring cup. This is for liquid, not dry stuff. So this is a liquid measuring cup, and these are dry measuring cups. So my measuring spoon, we have a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon is equal to half of 1/8 of a cup. That would be 1/16. And then 1 tablespoon is also equal to 3 teaspoons. Then we have half teaspoons and 1/4 teaspoons, and even this little baby 1/8 of a teaspoon. That's really cute. Okay, so those are measuring things that you might want to know. So here are a few cutting things. These are things I keep in a special drawer, most of them. So this is a sharp knife. You have different kinds of knives, but this one is a sharp one. And there are a lot of different kinds of these. Chef's knife, butcher knife, butter knife, no, not butter knife, bread knife, tomato knife, all sorts of knives. This is a peeler. You peel with peelers. This one is super sharp. And not only does it peel carrots and potatoes, but it also peels me. That happened in December, but now I'm healed. Okay, another thing that cuts, and I love this. If I go anywhere, this is what I take if I have to cook. This is a garlic press. And this is a special kind of garlic press where you don't have to peel off the garlic before you can use it. And we do like garlic. Another thing that cuts is this pizza cutter. Some people use this thing to cut spaghetti. I've never tried it, but it might work. I don't know. Some other kitchen tools that you might have. This is called a sieve, S-I-E-V-E. I don't know why. But it's very related to this, which is a colander. So a sieve, which can be any size. You can have giant ones and little ones, and colanders, which also can be any size. You also call this a strainer because it strains out water or whatever. Okay, this is my funnest thing. So you ready? You know what this is? It starts with fun. It's a funnel. And you know how to use a funnel. I mean, you can use it for a hat. You can use it for ears, or like if you can't hear somebody, you can go, "Excuse me, can you repeat that, please?" Or they make this thing called funnel cakes. Now, this is the closest thing we have to langosh in America, and you get it at fairs and maybe Disneyland, Disney World, I don't know. But they put this batter, which is wet tasta, pourable tasta, into a big funnel. They boil oil, and then you drip the funnel into it, and you make all sorts of designs and lacy things, and then it's really oily. You put it on a paper plate, and then you eat it with, I don't know, powdered sugar or stuff on top. Not good for your arteries, but very delicious. So here's another thing that might make you happy. This is called an ice cream scoop, and it has 2 nouns and 1 verb associated with it. So this is the scoop. And with this scoop, you scoop ice cream scoops. So you can have 1 scoop of ice cream, or 2 scoops of ice cream, or 3 scoops of ice cream, or hey, more if you think you can balance it that well. This is a little baby scoop, and I like it because it's got this little, I mean, it's fun to use. but I use this for measuring out cookies. Someday I'll send you a recipe. When you're making stuff, also you have this. You have the same word for this, I believe. This is spatula with a S-P-A-T, spatula. And this is called a spatula as well. This is a rubber spatula, and I love it. It makes me happy. Because when you're licking bowls, which you're not supposed to do if you have egg in it, but I do it anyway, you can get more stuff. This is called not a conal, but a wooden spoon. Same thing. Here, oh, I forgot these measuring spoons. These my husband likes a lot. They came from his dad's house, I think from his grandma. And he likes them because they're all together, but I don't like them too much because you got to hand wash them, and I love my dishwasher. All right, so this thing, which is the same as this thing, is called a whisk. W-H-I-S-K. And this is another thing that's the same noun and verb. So you whisk in something with a whisk. Now you know. This is a giant version of a potato masher, but we actually use it for cooked apples more and make applesauce. Squish, squish, squish. This thing, when you start serving stuff, this is called a ladle, and again, it's the same noun and verb, L-A-D-L-E, and I've got a little baby one too. So if you have a lot, you can ladle with this, and if you have a little, you can ladle with that. One thing that you probably need in your kitchen is this. It's a cutting board. I recently heard that wooden ones are still better than plastic. I think maybe it's better to eat with little pieces of wood than little pieces of plastic. I don't know. When you're cooking, we have a couple of saucepans. This one should look somewhat familiar to you. I bet you've seen it. This is covered in enamel, and I love it. Often when you call saucepans, it often has a handle. That's what people imagine when they see the word saucepan, but they don't know how cool these really are. So, good stuff. All right, one more. No, not one more. But anyway, this is the greatest thing I want to show you. Have you seen anything like this? You use it for cheese and carrots and garlic if you want, and also ginger, all sorts of stuff. I don't know if you could use these or not. But anyway, this is called a grater, G-R-A-T-E-R. And this is a great grater. I love it. My dad got it for me a long, long time ago, and it just works really well. I mean, like, I'm talking 2-3 decades, and it's super. It's great. This is a mixing bowl, which I really like. Some people like glass ones. I understand why you would like a glass one, but I don't have one, so this is what I've got. Another fun kitchen tool is this thing. They call it a salad spinner, but you can spin. If you get into doing stuff like this, you can go around and around and around and around and count how many times it goes around. It's a lot of fun. You got to try it sometime. I just got this a few years ago after wanting one for a couple of decades. When you're starting to serve stuff, you want to put it on a plate. Or maybe you can put it in a bowl. This is my bowl. This is often called a cereal bowl if it's shaped like this because it's not flat. In America, we generally don't have too many flat plates or flat bowls or bumpy plates. I don't know. This is great. Then for this, you have a glass or a cup, which sometimes fits in a saucer, but I don't have one of those, or a mug. Mug is, there's another word for mug, and that means your face. So if you have a mug shot, if you get arrested and you have to go to jail, they'll take a mug shot of your face. All right. One last thing. Oh, there's one more thing. We have a fork and a spoon and a knife. This is a butter knife, butter, in English. This is a butter knife, and you know what to use these for. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this, and good luck with vocabulary. Bye.